We are live now. Hi everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to have another amazing live today with Dorriz and Dorsa. You guys can join us, whoever wish to come and join the live. Hi Samira June, welcome. Hi Nafis, welcome, welcome. Hello Nakila, Afsane, Zore, Fuize, Shahab. Welcome everybody, and once again, happy Tuesday. As I'm sitting outside, you can never ever totally have as you're hearing the cutting out the neighbor's tree. So I'm kind of hoping that this is not going to be too noisy. And this guy, Fuzie. Hi, Fuzie John. Welcome, honey. I'm great, Al. I am great, Nilufar. So, hi, Zore. Hi, Al. You wanted to join me, Al? You can join me until Dorriz and Dorsa get here. Hello and good day, Dr. Shahzad, Dr. Toktam. Hello, MM. Hi, everyone. Okay, whoever it was that wanted to join the live, I accepted your request, so you're more than welcome. Hi, lovely. Hello, everyone. So let's tune in. That's fantastic. MSMS 5151. Please write English here, honey. This is my English channel. Welcome, Mary. Rain under bow shine. Hello, Harmony 11111. Anusha. Anusha wants to join. Anusha, I'm accepting your request. See if you can join. Hello, Dr. Amel. Hi, honey. You're on. Did you want to join my live? Uh-oh. Sweetheart, did you want to join my live, or did you send a request to join? If not, please exit. Hello, XOXO. No, I think that was a mistake. Hi, Tina. Hi, Jane. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Aruska, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Soraya June. So let's start today, guys, to see where everyone is energetically. I'm talking about when you woke up this morning, what was the first thing that arises in you? What feeling? I'm starting a new webinar, recognizing our emotions. Hi, Marul. Welcome, honey. Tight? Yeah, that's exactly right, guys. So when we're looking at the energy that's around us collectively, a lot of us are feeling that we're under a lot of stress, and that's extremely normal. As we all know, we have 7 planets in retrograde, and we know when planets are retrograding, going back, is the time for us to kind of take the activities or whatever is going on in our outer world and bringing them in. It's all about going inward. So at the moment, guys, especially today, Tuesday, the energy is very watery. We're dealing with a lot of We have a Piscean energy. We have, what else do we have? We have the energy of Cancer, and is very watery, is extremely emotional. So we're facing our shadows at the moment. And what happened, guys, when the light is shining on our shadows, it's kind of a wake-up call, because we're taking an inventory. We're looking back at our entire lives, and we see like how far we have come. What decisions did we make? We're questioning a lot of our decisions. We're kind of getting into that feeling of wrongdoing. So we feel that, maybe a lot of decisions that we have made so far weren't the best decisions for us. And we're making our past and our actions wrong. So when planets are retrograding, it's allowing us to contemplate, to look at what have we created so far. And the point is that we don't make ourselves wrong, but actually we accept that every decisions that we made, every actions that we have taken, everything that we have chosen, it's right, is the journey, is the experience that brought me to this point. So it's going to be really helpful, guys, if we start to really feel that all of our choices have been correct. Instead of making ourselves wrong, we have to accept that everything happened for a reason. There was a lesson, a learning, a teaching in that, and be happy and accept our past, our choices, and all of that. That makes us feel much better. So tell me, guys, write a comments. How are you feeling these days? Good feeling? That's great. Tell me, share your feelings with me. What emotions are arising? And when the emotion arises, what do you do with them? If your emotions are not so great, what do you do? Like tornado. Yeah, I felt guilty so much. Okay. Yes. Good feeling. Share your feelings. So whatever you're experiencing right now, can you fully take responsibility and accept them? Some previous lessons are coming up. Exactly. Absolutely. Yes. Is the time. The light is shining on our past. The lights are shining on the story. We might feel a lot that everything is right for you. I feel lost in many situations. Yes, yes, let's welcome that. We're kind of confused. Hi, Isabel. Yes, numb and dizzy. Okay, cool. Share more feelings and emotions. Let's start being open. Yesterday, full of sorrow and anger. Okay. Yes. What else, guys? Share your feelings and emotions. Let's tap into our emotional body and allow ourselves to feel. Hi, Donya. So when we're letting our emotions to show up, Maro says, I have mixed emotions. I feel calm but also heavy. I have hope, but I feel everything is slow. Yes, now it's time to be slow. I am not myself. Okay, anger. I have eager to reach my dreams. Yes, and improving. Lost, anxiety, sad for unfinished businesses. Good, Shirin. Thank you for sharing. Yes, welcome, Hossein. Anissa, welcome. We're tapping into our feelings and emotions. Fatigue. Okay, cool. Yes, what else, guys? What else? Let's tap in to our emotions and our feelings. Welcome, Goli. Hello. Okay, so once we allowing our emotions to show up, we're not discriminating any feeling, guys. We're not making our feelings right or wrong, good or bad. We're just allowing the emotions to arise. And then we look at our emotions with non-judgmental lens. We don't translate them, we don't give them any meaning. Can we do that? So the feeling arises: sadness, anxiety, feeling of being lost, feeling of being wrong, feeling that I haven't achieved all of my goals, feeling that I had and have a lot of dreams and goals, but I haven't achieved them yet and I haven't manifested. Feeling of I'm losing time and I'm not where I have to be. So allow all these feelings to arise. Let them come to the surface. Hello, Goli. Look at the feelings, look at the emotions, but don't try to give them any meanings as good or bad. Put the emotion in front of you. Hopeless, restlessness, anxiety. Let's just look at them and don't give them any meanings. And now, see that feeling or emotion as another entity. And tell yourself the emotional body is experiencing sadness. Hi, Abidajan, welcome. Hi, Kuzifli. Or you can say, anger is being experienced. Anger is showing up. I am seeing the anger. I am seeing the frustration. I'm seeing the sadness. I am seeing the suffering. I am seeing the pain. Pain is being experienced. Sadness is showing up. Wants me to look at it and see it. Anger, frustration, pity, suffering, pain wants to be seen. Anger is being experienced. So once we do this, guys, what happens? You don't take the feeling and making it your own. Energy is important to feel. Roya, did you want to join me? So once we don't connect to the feeling, making it our own, we're separating ourselves from the feeling. And we're just saying that anger is being experienced, but we don't make the anger ours. I feel that I'm getting new ideas from somewhere, but it's kind of blurry. Okay, that's good. Yes, you don't stick to it. You don't become sticky. The anger is being experienced here, but you don't have the ability to be sticky, and you don't make it your own. You release it, you hold it in front of you, and you're saying that the anger is being experienced. Why is that? Because I'm a spiritual person working on myself. I'm expecting not have any down. Yeah, Lord and June, this is very normal. We are living at the time the society have teached us wrong, that if I'm gravitating toward the spiritual realm, I should not feel my feelings, and I should not feeling down. Now I'm moving this to a next level. You are spiritual. You're gravitating towards the spirituality, but you're recognizing the feelings. You allowing the feelings and emotions to arise. You're looking at it. You're telling the feeling, the emotions, whatever it is, I see you. I hear you. I know you want to be experienced. What is it that you would like to tell me? Talk to me. What do you want to bring to my attention? What is it that I need to pay attention to? Is there a lesson? Helen says, all the energies that surround me, I pick them up. Yes, honey. We say empath. Who is an empath? Someone who is like a sponge and getting all the energies, absorbing all the energies that is around you. Maro said, my dreams are getting more clear past few days since the full moon. Exactly. Once we start to silence ourselves and understand right now is the time with all this planet retrograding to go more within, create more silence, and the light is shining on our shadows. We look at all those part of us that's not so pleasant, and now we start accepting all of those parts. But what we're doing right now, guys, we want to make sure if I'm an empath and I'm absorbing all the energies around me, I want to cover myself more. I don't remember when was the last time I've been crying. So now you can allow yourself to cry. But remember, guys, there is a different level in consciousness. When we are in third dimension, this dense third dimension on planet Earth, we are very narcissistic. The lens is on me. I make everything about me. Everything is happening to me. So since the lens it's on me, and I'm translating everything with judgmental ego mind, a lot of things are not good about me. I can accept a lot of my parts. I don't like a lot of aspect of myself. I'm not in acceptance. Hi, Lavi.
Hi.
How are you, sunshine?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
You
So
look
we're
so
talking
beautiful.
about different level of consciousness. What do you want to say about that?
So I was listening a little bit to what you were saying. We were talking about how a lot of people are starting to feel a little bit more intense as we have a lot of more retrogrades happening at the moment. And this is a great time to feel your feelings and allow yourself to cry if you need to.
Mm-hmm. So
Hi, everyone.
I was talking about different level of consciousness. Would you like to say something about that, or should I continue and then you can
You
jump
go ahead. I'll jump in if I have anything.
Okay. So in consciousness, there are many layers. As we say, third dimension is the most dense. I'm much more ego-minded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very narcissistic because the whole light is on me and I make everything about me. So whatever other people are doing is about me. You know, I make it about me. And then in this level, I make myself wrong in many ways and many different areas in my life. So there's a density here that I feel a lot of pain and I feel a lot of suffering. Once I jump up a little bit higher in consciousness, in fourth dimensions, that density loosen up. So I don't feel and experience the physical body. It's more higher consciousness that I'm more aware about what's going on here. So since I'm moving up a level, now my lens is much more open. From the top, I can see everything, right? And then I see that how small I am, who I am, my story, my dilemmas, my pain, my suffering, it's so small comparing to where I'm seeing the whole world, right?
It's just the story that you're telling yourself.
Yeah. But mine is much smaller now comparing to what's happening around the world, because on a higher level, I'm seeing the war there. I'm seeing so many people are being killed and this and that, and so many conflicts. So I'm seeing I'm a tiny, tiny little thing. And what I'm experiencing in third dimension, it's so small. And I make it so big in my head, you know?
Mm.
So fourth dimension in a higher conscious level, I don't become as a singularity. In a way, I'm merging into a higher level. I become a part of everyone and the whole universe. So
I
therefore, I don't have a story anymore. Me, this is my story, or is so much going on with me, so bad, the story, I made the wrong decision, I did. So we move away from that. I become a small particle in the whole universe. And at that level, it's all about wholeness. It's all about taking more responsibilities. Then from that place, I'm fully responsible. What energy am I emanating outside? Because I'm aware that every thought, every feeling, every emotion is affecting the whole collective consciousness and the whole humanity. And then from that part, I am much more, I can affect more, because right now I don't exist. I am a small particle in the wholeness. Did you want to add something there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way to tap into this consciousness is by coming to the present moment, because we're usually stuck in our head, always thinking either of the past or the future or what happened to this, always worrying, making up scenarios of what could happen or what happened in the past. And when we're stuck in this realm, in the headspace, we're so stuck to our ego. We're identified with this person that is, this name, this person, this history, this story. When we're so heavily identified with the story, it can get so difficult, because attachment leads to suffering, as the Buddha says. When you're so attached to this ego, to this thought, to this identity, you are bound to suffer. You are bound to have a hard time going through life, and you're going to have a harder time if you're always in your head, always identified with your ego, with your thoughts, with the future and the past. The only way is or a good method to tap into the full consciousness is to come to the present moment. A lot of people do that with their breath. So breath is an anchor to bring you to the present moment. Meditation is amazing. Every time people meditate, they become so aware and conscious and in the present moment, and life is beautiful suddenly. Have you noticed after meditation, you're just feeling so good, and you get a lot of downloads as well? for me personally, when I'm meditating, I receive so many messages from divine. I'm just like an anchor. I'm a channel for guidance and messages from divine. And after my meditation, I'm like, wow, all of that, I didn't even think of it, because the thinking mind can't get to a solution. I feel like a lot of times humans think that by thinking things through, you're gonna reach a solution, but the only way you're gonna reach a solution is by stopping your thinking. When you stop thinking, that's when you actually, oh, sorry, you were like buffering for a second. But yeah, I feel like it's crazy how people think that you reach somewhere by thinking and thinking and thinking, thinking through every scenario, overthinking. But in reality, the only way to do that is by opening up your mind, quieting your mind, and allowing divine guidance to come through.
So would you like to share one of your downloads with us, Doris?
Yeah, of course. So I can talk about earlier today. I was kind of worried because my cat keeps scratching me. I just got a new cat, by the way. And he's still really young. He's still a kitten. So I was really worried, like, why is he scratching me? Are we getting along? Does he like me? Does he not like me? And then in my yoga and meditation this morning, I got the message that everything is perfect and you are growing together. So him being his little baby self, I'm also being, a young baby self, because that I'm only young. So I feel like we are growing together, and focusing on anything will make it bigger. Where focus goes, energy flows. So if your focus is always on the negative things or worry or anxiety, then you're just going to keep making that bigger and bigger and bigger. But when you focus on the good stuff like growth and expansion, and growing together, or experiencing life together, then it just becomes so much better, so much more positive, and a more pleasant experience.
So
But
the universe said you and your kittens are both growing up together.
yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so you talk about attachment. Let's get into that. How do you detach yourself from stuff?
Oof. That is a loaded question. There is so much that goes into detachment that it's hard to just say one thing. But attachment, I think, is the natural ego reaction, because your ego just wants to attach itself to things. It grows from having a sense of identity. Some people love to grasp onto their mental illnesses, for example. Like, oh, I'm depressed. The ego loves identification. So when you're grasping onto this depression, your ego is thriving. But depression, we all know, is nothing pleasant. So you're actually sad inside, but your ego is actually really happy. So attachment is a natural reaction of ego, I believe. Um, the way out of attachment is the same way out of your head, which is coming to the present moment and detaching from your thoughts and allowing your channels to open up and to feel oneness by being present.
So what are your attachments?
Good question. I think we all have attachments to certain things in our lives. We all grow up and we immediately get a name attached to us. We experience everything, and everything that we go through, our parents tell us something, our friends tell us something, and we start to identify with the things they tell us. So I feel like attachment is, like I said, a natural human reaction. Of course, we can't live without it because we are living in this world. In this world, everyone has attachments. You kind of need it to thrive and survive in the 3D realm. you don't know anyone who doesn't have a name. Everyone has a name. Everyone has, you know, a certain hair. Hi,
Hi.
Dorsa.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Lovey.
And
How are you today,
yeah,
Dorsa?
let's move
I'm
on.
great. Thank you. I wanted to add something about detachment because I'm really passionate about this topic.
Go ahead.
So it was about 4 years ago. I was living on my own, and I was really getting into spirituality at that moment, and I was living with this lady who was a healer and shaman, and like the whole house had this like spiritual energy and vibe to it. So it was kind of like it facilitated everything. So one night I started questioning my everything that I identify with, even the good ones, not only the bad ones, but the good ones. Like my culture, the country I was born in, my I don't know, my name, my gender, my sexuality, everything. I started to detach from those and question, if I'm not those things, then what am I? Like if I'm not a woman, if I'm not a man, then what am I? If I was not born in Iran, then I could have just born everywhere else. But you know, like, and then I got to a point that I was the only thing that I was kind of attached to was my name, and I was like, that's the only thing I attach myself to. And then I detached from the name Dorsa, and I was like, if my name is not Dorsa, it could be anything. And then I had this scary moment that I was wanting to identify myself with something, but I couldn't. Like, I looked at the table and I saw myself. I looked at everywhere and I realized that it's me who labels everything. Like, this thing that's here, like this bottle, there's no name to it. This is nothing. This is an extension of me. This is something that I label it and I call it a bottle. And that feeling stayed with me until the morning after that I had to go to university. So I got on the bus and then I looked at people on the bus and I realized, oh my God, I've been like subconsciously very racist before. Like I saw people from different cultures and I was like, oh my God, they're like me, but in a different body. And they are the same as me, but they were like, they were
Dorsa
born
John,
in this country.
honey, I apologize. Can you speak louder? Someone says, Dorsa John, we can't hear you. Can we get you a little more clear and louder?
Sure, because I think I'm speaking in a, okay, I'll try again. Okay,
Okay.
so, yeah, so I saw all these people and I was like, they are me, but they're in a different body. And then I got to university and I saw one of my classmates that I never talked to. And because of my subconscious biases or whatever. And then he approached me and we started talking and I felt so connected to him. I never talked to him before. And I realized it was because of my subconscious biases and attachments that I have, like the beliefs I have, that I kind of saw himself separate from me as something that I can never connect with. And yeah, so I feel like I had that kind of like an ego death moment back then, and unfortunately that didn't stay with me that long. Like as soon as like maybe like 3 or 4 hours later I was back into my identity of dorsa. But like at that point I saw two choices of me, actually just one, that I am the conscious creator of my reality. Like if I am the person who calls this bottle a bottle, then I can create anything and call anything anything. So I might as well create something really good and big for myself. And that stuck with me from then. I don't know how much it has to do with attachment or anything, but another experience I have with detaching from emotions is like I used to work with a lot of people and I'm very like energy sensitive, and like if I if I like if I am working with a lot of people, I get drained. But then after a while, I was like, this is a lesson for me. I need to be able to protect my energy and not only feel drained, but also, you know, like raise my energy and kind of affect them in a positive way, you know. So I decided to let go of expectations and um, any any sort of reaction that I wanted to get from other people. So I started to let go of those and focus on myself and whatever I do. I started to um, be more mindful of anything that I do, be it like, you know, talking to people, doing the task at work, and I saw it paying off. Not only I felt more energized while talking to people and didn't feel tired at all, but also I got so many good feedbacks from people too.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was
So
my experience with detachment when
so getting back to, let's bring it more into daily lives. When you feel, what is it that I didn't get a response back from Doris? What is it right now that you feel that you still have attachment to?
I think there's a lot of attachment to fears and limiting beliefs that have come from childhood trauma or other experiences. And I think this can apply to everyone, not just me. But for me, it's not like, oh, I can think about it and it can come up. It has to be like more I have to make my mind quiet at first, do a little bit of journaling, and then it will all come out to the surface. But I can give you an example. For example, I'm trying to grow my TikTok by posting regularly on spirituality because that's my niche. And I really want to grow, and I want to, get a lot of views. I want followers to see it. I want to grow my reach. I could name a bunch of different things that I'm attached to in that process. One of them is growing. So what happens if I don't grow? That's gonna make me really sad because I'm trying and putting effort into it and actually putting energy into it. And if I don't grow, that's gonna be, I don't know, upsetting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Another attachment that I could name, like on top of my head, is like if I'm in school, I have attachments to my grades. If I get low grades, then I'm gonna feel bad about myself. And I use that to like motivate myself to do better, but at the same time there is attachment there.
Got it. So that was a great example because we all have that attachment about growing. So when it comes sharing this same experience, when I feel that I want to grow my TikTok or I want to grow my Instagram or any social media platforms, but I also know that on the other side, there is this fear and this energy of what if I don't grow, what if I don't get the recognition that I'm after, meaning there is an expectation, some result on a distance that I'm trying to achieve. There's a space that I need to get to, but I'm not there. So this is exactly what's pulling you back, because you started by saying that I want to be a spiritual, my field is a spiritual realm. And this is the conflict, because in a spiritual realm you don't really want to become famous and seen and need. Your goal is that, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm a spiritual teacher, my feeling is that more people would merge and join me to raise our consciousness to a
Yeah,
higher level.
exactly. That's more what it is. I want to expand my reach, not because I want to be famous or whatever. I
Right.
did set an intention to, make this into a career. But at the same time, the real purpose behind this is to spread awareness and help people expand. And because I've had people who have affected my spiritual journey, and I want to be that person for someone else.
Mm-hmm. First of all, if I may make a correction, I don't want to be that person or someone else. I want to be myself.
Period.
But, right? Okay. But now what I'm saying is I understand what your goal is, but what I'm saying, your action, that separation of recognition is what's holding you back. Because the whole spirituality is about surrendering, right? So I remind myself in the morning that what is my intention? What's the end goal? My intention or end goal is that I keep myself at a higher consciousness, and I'm helping others to grow and reach that higher level. So I need to be in a state of surrendering instead of the separation and making it a goal and a distance to arrive to. So what happens if you, now that you're aware about this attachment, that you just, in your awareness, you just let it go and you say, I surrender. Because dorsa at the end is a higher, whether we believe in it or not, there is a higher source that's kind of leading us, even though we are co-creating. But it's always like this higher power is kind of allowing us to experience that creation once we're learning our lessons. So now my lesson is to learn that I don't have to look for a result. All I have to do is to show up every day, be at service, and run my Instagram and do whatever posts or stories I'm going to put on TikTok, and leave the rest and get rid of that anxiety, that anxiousness that wants to reach that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think when I'm attached to the final goal, it kind of defeats the purpose and it creates resistance. And when we talk about law of attraction, we say that we attract what we are, not what we want. So if I am constantly trying to grow, I'm only gonna attract this present moment, which is me trying to grow constantly, running and running and running to reach something. But if I let go of that and surrender and just create for the sake of creating, not for any other reason, not to reach a goal or get certain amount of followers or make it something. I already said my intention for it to be my career, and I am on this path, and I surrender to divine guidance, and I'll create for the sake of creating when I feel that it's supposed to be made. I think that's a better way to view it, because if I'm doing something to reach a goal, it creates resistance, and I don't want to resist anything.
There we
Saying
go.
I don't want to resist it is also resistance, but I surrender.
We're talking about being in a state of flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dorsa, what are your attachment now?
Attachments. I feel like I'm sometimes too attached to my fears. It's kind of hard to let them go. But that's what I've been familiar with. And not being fearful of certain things is an unfamiliar territory, and it's like kind of what I'm attached to. But yeah, I know that dealing with resistance is the first thing to do in every path. So I am working with my resistance and facing them, because if I don't, then there's no point of going forward.
Mhm. Yeah. Yesterday I was in Clubhouse. The subject was about successful people and fear. And so many doctors or professionals, they were coming up with their ideas, and there were more business people talking about you have to face your fear and do it anyway. And all this time, and they're talking, I'm thinking, well, that's easy to say, but it's not really easy to do. We all know that. Logically, all of us know that we all have fears, and it's natural, and it's like, um, it's a blocker, it's holding us back from reaching our goals and dreams and be daring and taking risks. We all know that. But what is the tools to overcome our fears? Do you guys have any tools that we can use? Can you be quiet, please? It's like, hello, either you're talking or I'm talking.
He said, I'm not sharing the stage.
Yeah, she wants to. So Dorsa, what do you do with your fears?
I usually, first of all, I acknowledge them, then I go for it. Because I'm not a very, very fearful person, I would say. I think I'm really brave, so I just do it. And when I don't think too much about it and I just do it, it kind of shows me that it was just an illusion in my head that like you need to be fearful about this. And when I do it, I realize that it wasn't as scary as I thought it was. So I usually just
Yeah. So I think something that would help us would be when the fear shows up, I ask myself, what am I missing by allowing this fear to overpower? What would I miss if I don't overcome this fear? So when we start thinking, like, okay, let's say I have this goal and I want to quit my job and I want to start my own business. I want to become a self-employed. And then the fear shows up, right? What if you don't make it? Blah, 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 blah. So if I ask myself, if I don't overcome this fear right now, what am I missing? Then what can I come up with? I mean, what are the disadvantages of me working for someone now? Then I start thinking, oh, working for someone, that means that they have to set my hours, right? They're going to tell me you have to work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever. So I don't have the luxury of setting up my own time. Maybe the time that they're requiring from me, it doesn't work with my clock. Maybe I'm a night owl and I don't operate really good in daytime if I'm going to have an 8 to 5, right? So then I'm thinking, if I work with someone, I never really become rich. Or the majority of us, we're working with someone, the job that we're doing is not something that we love, right? We're just doing it just to make money and make a living. So I'm going to start thinking about all the disadvantages if I don't overcome my fear. And then I'm going to start thinking, if I overcome my fear and I become self-employed, what am I going to gain? What are the advantages? I'm going to be doing something that I love. So we always hear, do what you love and the money will follow, right? The energy when I love something to do, that juice, that passion, that motivation comes with it. I don't have to wake up myself every morning and push myself, wake up, set up the clock to do my job, because I love my job. You know, I love helping people. So I don't need to have motivation. I just wake up and I just, the juice and the energy and it's all goes there. So this is another advantage. So if I start thinking, what am I missing if I don't overcome my fear? And what am I gaining by overcoming my fear? Do you guys think this could work or help?
Yeah, I think it
Definitely.
does, because it brings forward the things that are important to you. So when you're doing reflection on things that that would be an advantage of you just working for yourself, that gives you, you know, 3 4 concrete reasons that you can use as motivation, and also you can use for manifesting, because you can start to see what feeling corresponds to the thing that you want in that job. How are you going to feel if you don't have to work for someone else? And that is how you attract things. That is how you manifest, by knowing the exact feeling and feeling that vibration. um I also wanted to say, there's a saying that goes, find something you love to do and you won't work a day in your life. But I feel like it's better to say, find something that you love to do and you'll find yourself working harder than ever before. And I feel like working is something that a lot of people resist, because we just associate work with doing something that we don't like. But work gives us purpose. Having a job gives you something to do that you're, you know, gives you purpose. So I think it's not the right move to run away from work, but to run towards job that you love, that you do with passion, that you do with your entire heart. Because working hard feels so good, especially if you're working hard towards something that you love and you're passionate about. It just fulfills you. You feel so much happier. And that's how success comes to you, when you're already happy doing something that you love. If you're unhappy, then you're not going to be successful.
And
But
the energy of unhappiness, you know, if you're doing something that you really don't love, you constantly in that energy of resistance, like heaviness, is the feeling. The feeling is not positive. But
yeah,
when you're
exactly.
doing something that you really love, your energy is just flowing, you're glowing, you're feeling good. What do you think, Dorsa? That, do you think that tool of thinking about the disadvantages and advantages of um, what you overcoming your fear, does that help?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I feel like if we hold on to something that we think we won't have if we do the things that we love to do or we fear to do, like most of the times it's safety that we hold on to. We feel like it's safe to stay at this job or do the thing that I'm used to doing. I won't feel safe if I don't do that. But I feel like if we internalize that safety and we trust the universe and ourselves that you're going to be safe, and we work on those beliefs about safety, those limiting beliefs. And again, if we integrate and internalize that safety within us, then we will be safe no matter what we do. And then we can then move on to the things that we love. And now we have that safety within us. And yeah, we feel safe to do the things that we love to do.
Yeah. Safety and security is really important because our brain constantly thinks that wants to take care of us. So um, safety and security, any decisions that we want to make, our brain starts calculating, am I safe, is there security in there? So safety and security, um, it's actually a big blocker, because often our brain doesn't really makes the best decisions for us, right? Because the main goal of our brain is this safe, is this secure, And a lot of fears are created. I mean, our brain is creating so much fear just because it's against safety and security. So this is a huge blocker, and we really have to be conscious of this, that when fear shows up, as we know, fears are not real. Our mind is just making it real. So when we know that this is such a blocker, maybe we have to use different method like tapping or EFT. Although my mind and my subconscious mind thinks that this is unsafe for me, success is unsafe for me, but I'm fully and totally protected. Safety is my birthright, right? So we can tap and we can do EFT, because oftentimes when fear shows up, there we have two major fears. Fear of not being successful and fear of success. So oftentimes we don't do things, the fear shows up. What if I don't, if I'm not able of capable of doing it? And then what would be the judgment of others towards me? They're going to call me a loser and da da da. How am I going to be seen by losing this? So oftentimes we don't do things because of fear of, what if I don't become successful at it? What if I fail? So fear shows up. What if you fail and you're not capable? Then you're going to look stupid, or they're going to tell you that you're a loser, blah, blah, blah. And on the contrary, and oftentimes fear shows up because in our subconscious mind, deeper in our subconscious mind, success doesn't, it's not equal with safety. There's no safety in being successful. The other day I was in Clubhouse and this girl, she asked me this. She said, I really want to be in a deep relationship, but I'm not able to do that. I'm constantly getting into a relationship, and sometimes before even we get close, that person drops me. And I said to her, I said, from 0 to 10, what number do you give to freedom? She says, oh, 10, 10, 10 plus. I said to her, what number do you, how do you translate relationship? And then she said, relationship could be scary. I might not success at it. I said, you have fear of commitment. You have commitment issue. And then it goes like, boom, bingo. I said, tap into your emotion right now and see how a relationship will affect your freedom. And she says, oh my God, you're absolutely right. My freedom will be taken away. You see? So the subconscious, it's so powerful that consciously she really wants to be in a relationship. And then she's like, why am I making all these attempts? I'm going on this dating site. People introduce me to someone and it doesn't go anywhere, because deep, deep in her subconscious mind, she has fear of commitment, because that is taking away her freedom. So often we don't reach success at the level that we think or achieve, because in deep in the subconscious mind,
We don't think we're as free as we are.
yeah, there's no safety in success. So oftentimes I tell everyone to tap There is safety in success. Safety in success. I am totally safe by being successful. So, Lavi, I think we're going to end this live. I don't know what happened to Dorriz.
She got
She
caught
got,
up.
yeah, she got kicked out. If you have something to add, Dorsa, please do so.
Um, sure. It was really interesting how you point out it's a freedom issue because I was journaling about this the other day and I was like, what am I really scared of? Like, what's limiting me? And I feel like that freedom is also the case for me as well. And I feel like we are a product of our habits, good or bad, and we can't really change it right away if you're like used to doing something every day, used to thinking and like having this fear every day. We can't just really change it with one day, and we can't expect ourselves to change in one day. It's like small steps that it's called the compound effect. It's like we have to take small steps every day, and in after a week or after 3 weeks it will become something, and we actually see those changes. And then after 3 months, we can actually reprogram our mind into thinking that we have no fear of success, we are free and everything, but we have to be mindful of that time that it takes and the consistency of the steps that we need to take. So that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you, Lovey. So we're gonna end this live, and we're gonna see you guys all. I'm not sure when is our next live, but we have to do a live with Jeff. So Dorsa and Doris, you're more than welcome. We might be able to do one on Friday. I'm not sure yet, but I would love to have you or any of the followers who likes to join my next live. Have a beautiful day, love and peace. And don't forget, guys, whoever is subscribing on my YouTube channel, Sudi Burnett English, you can receive a gift, but you have to subscribe on Sudi Burnett English. You have to write comments on a few videos and live, like and share, and also write loads of comments here. Thank you. Bye, love. See
Bye.
you all on Friday. Bye bye now. Bye, everybody.